Hi there, parents. The day my daughter Selena looked me straight in the eyes, smiled, and deliberately answered my Norwegian with English, I knew she had figured out who was really in control of our language situation. Parents ask me all the time how I handle this power struggle. You know, when they keep talking to you in the majority language, your mind eventually flips, so you start speaking it too, right? Today, I'll share 4 strategies that transformed our minority language journey, plus one popular solution that you might want to avoid. Stay with me here for 5 minutes, and you'll know how to handle this situation. Yeah, so first of all, welcome back to the channel, Raised in Thailand. So we are all about multilingual learning. My daughter, Selena, is trilingual, and now she's picking up her 4th language, which is Spanish. But okay, let's get back to the problem. Here's the tricky part. As bilinguals, our brain naturally start processing in whatever language we're hearing, right? So sometimes I don't even notice I've switched to English until minutes later. That's what makes this such a challenge for parents raising bilingual kids. So what can we do? Okay, tip number 1. If your kid keeps talking back at you in the majority language, just keep asking questions and speaking in the minority language. And you might have to do this for quite some time. Keep doing it. Don't give up. Eventually their brain will flip, but it might take many attempts. Number 2, establish completely new games or routines. And because this makes sure that the association in the situation is tied to the minority language. So if you only speak the minority language in these new contexts that you create, then you make sure that you stay on that path. So it'll be natural for the child every time they do that activity or routine to speak the minority language. Okay, so before we go into tip number 3 for today, I just want to talk about the Minority Language Success Series, which is a series in 8 parts that we have here on the channel. And each episode goes into depth on each age group for multilingual families, so that you get a really specified help on your specific age group. And there are different things that applies to those. So look at the card up here. I'm going to put that whole playlist there so you can go through and see which video is relevant for you. The 2 first tips involve something we can actively do to improve the situation. But the 3rd tip here is to find an interesting activity that can be passive. For example, audiobooks that they can listen to, or even movies, or sometimes even music that they can listen to, and eventually they will get interested enough so that they start listening, so that eventually they will start listening by themselves without you having to push them. That's what I wanted to say. So tip number 4 is to set up a telephone call with some relatives that only speak the minority language. And of course, the kid will know this, so it will be all natural for them to speak that minority language. Yeah. Okay, so those were the 4 tips, what you can do. Let's talk about one thing that you should not do, because many parents find themselves rewarding their child for using the minority language. This might not be a good idea. And the reason for that is that they get used to the reward. So maybe the reward have to be bigger and bigger and bigger. So this is something that I faced myself in the past. Like, I would give Selena a small thing after we finished a video here on YouTube, but then the things tend to get bigger and bigger, and then it just, then she doesn't want to do it if she doesn't get anything, so that becomes a problem. In Instead, the reward can be something like we talked about earlier. So for example, if you show them an audiobook in the minority language, the book in itself might be interesting, and this might lead to them wanting to read more, right? Those are the 4 things that I wanted to talk about, and one thing to avoid. Thank you for watching the video. Have a good day. Bye.